In this chapter, you will discover how to join a shared teamwork project and start to work. After having joined the project, users will typically remain joined for the full period of the time when they're working on the project. When they finish their work for the day, they can send the changes they have made to the BIM server and also receive the changes contributed by the other users. The next day, when they would like to continue working, they can simply open the project. The BIM server will ensure that each user will work on an up-to-date version of the teamwork project. The coordination is done automatically. The users need only send and receive the changes from time to time. Typically, users will leave a teamwork project when they no longer wish to work on it. Once they have left the project, their reservations are abandoned and their local copies on their remote machines are deleted. The only time a user must leave a project despite the fact that he or she intends to continue working on it is if his or her role and related access rights have changed. Changes will take effect only after users leave and then rejoin the project. Let's see how Architect 1 can join the project. Launch ArchiCAD. Choose the Open a Project option and the Browse for Teamwork Project option in the Start dialog box and click Browse. If the Login dialog appears, select the BIM server you installed earlier from the list. Enter the username and password of the lead architect you specified previously. The Open Join Teamwork Project dialog appears, where the BIM server is already selected and you are logged in as lead architect. Select the Different User menu item in order to join the project as Architect 1 instead. The Login dialog box opens. In this window, you can select the BIM server you would like to connect to. You must also identify yourself. All the BIM servers which are currently online and accessible will be listed in this dialog box. You can select the BIM server name you set up in Chapter 1 of Part 1 of this training guide. Enter Architect 1 in the username field. Then type the password you created earlier into the password field. Finally, click OK to log in as Architect 1. At the top of the Open Join Teamwork Project dialog box, you can see that Architect 1 user is logged in. The list below lists all the shared teamwork projects that Architect 1 is authorized to join. Select the Teamwork Training project from the list, and then click Join. The Join Project dialog appears and welcomes you to Teamwork, explaining that you have just joined a teamwork project. Click OK to proceed. The Shared Teamwork project opens. You will notice the name of the server and the active user is displayed in brackets in the title of the floor plan window. This way, you can always see which user the currently opened project belongs to. Let's see another way for Architect 2 to join the project. Ideally, you would like Architect 2 to join the project from a different computer, so that you could have the best feedback on how users experience each other's contribution in a teamwork environment. If you cannot utilize another machine for this purpose, you can launch a new instance of ArchiCAD from the same machine and have two open ArchiCADs running at the same time, one for Architect 1 and the other for Architect 2. To more easily differentiate which ArchiCAD instance you are currently working in, we suggest you change the background color of the ArchiCAD project to match the user color. Therefore, before joining Architect 2 to the Teamwork project, let's change the background color of the floor plans to yellow, the user color of Architect 1. Open the Teamwork palette from the Teamwork menu. This will display Architect 1 as a joined user in the Users panel. The user color is also visible beside the photo placeholder. Activate the View, Grid and Editing Plane options, Grids and Background menu item to display the corresponding dialog. Click the Background Color field and select the Color Sliders page at the top of the dialog. Select the RGB slider option from the list. Enter 233 as the value for the blue color. Leave both red and green values at 255 Notice that the color preview field changes to a light yellow color. Click OK to close the color picker, and click OK once again to change the background color to light yellow. Save the project by activating the File, Save menu option. Now let's have Architect 2 join the Teamwork project via the Teamwork menu. From the ArchiCAD instance of Architect 1, activate the Open Join Teamwork Project command from the Teamwork menu. In the Open Join Teamwork Project dialog, check the Launch New Instance of ArchiCAD option. Please note that this step is only needed if you join with Architect 2 from the same computer as Architect 1. Select the Different User option from the pop-up menu by clicking on the user icon to the right of the BIM server name. The Login dialog appears. Enter the username and password of Architect 2 you specified earlier. Press OK to proceed. Please note that at the top, Architect 2 is displayed as a user. Select the Teamwork Training project from the list below and click Join to join the shared Teamwork project as Architect 2. Click OK when the Join Project Welcome to Teamwork dialog is displayed. The Teamwork project will be opened for Architect 2 in a new instance of ArchiCAD. Display the Teamwork palette by selecting its name from the Teamwork menu. Please note that Architect 2 is also listed in the Users panel, beside Architect 1. Let's select a light red background color for the project of Architect 2. Activate the View, Grid and Editing Plane options. Grids and Background menu item to display the corresponding dialog. Click the Background Color field. Enter 254 as the value for the red color, 243 for the green color, and 241 for the blue color. Notice that the color preview field changes to a light red color. Click OK twice to close the dialog and to apply the changes. Activate the Save option from the File menu to save the project as Architect 2. Please note that you can specify the folder in which to save your local copy of the Teamwork project. To do this, activate the Teamwork, Project, Local Data Manager option to display the corresponding dialog. Click Options to display the Local Data Options dialog. Here you can specify the local data folder, and you can also set ArchiCAD to issue data cleanup reminders for local data of a certain age by checking the Run Local Data Cleanup option and specifying the number of days. Please note that ArchiCAD will run faster if virus checking and indexing are disabled for the local data in its subfolders. Click Cancel to leave this dialog, and click Close to close the Local Data Manager dialog as well. In this chapter, you have seen how simple and straightforward it is for users to join a shared Teamwork project. All the currently running BIM servers are always visible in the Open Join Teamwork Project dialog. To streamline the joining process, only those shared Teamwork projects are shown in which the current user is authorized to join. To help the identification of currently open projects in ArchiCAD, the server name and the name of the currently joined user are always shown in the title bar of the floor plan windows.